In this tutorial, we'll look at painting abandoned industrial city bases, turned to rust and ruin and reclaimed by nature. So let's cue the music. So, to start out, I've given one of the Games Workshop Sector Imperialis bases a spray coat of black primer. I will then be coming in with Dryad bark from Games Workshop, and I'll be doing an all-over dry brush. I'll be quite heavy with this dry brush, but still want to leave the black in the deepest recesses of the detail. Next, I'll be coming in with some Gorthor brown, once again from Games Workshop, and with this we'll be doing a dry brush over any dirt areas to start picking out a highlight on them. To finish off the dirt areas, I will be applying a very light dry brush of Karak stone just to pick out any last raised details. To start painting in the industrial city areas, I will be coming in with Gory Red from Vallejo. Mephiston Red would be a suitable alternative from Games Workshop. Just like in the previous steps, once again I will be dry brushing this colour onto the base. The trick here is to softly and slowly build up the colour until you have a nice solid red colour with the brown and the black in the deepest recesses, leading to a nice transition. Next, we'll be using Fire Dragon Bright from Games Workshop, which is a nice hot orange colour. And with this, we'll be using a dry brush to pick out the corners and the edges of the red areas. This is where we're starting to do some little bits of orangey rust textures. The more dry brushing passes you do with this colour, the more orange tinted the red is going to be. I'd advise doing one coat, having a look, and then going back for a second pass to see how you feel. You can also stab the bristles directly into the base once you've removed the paint like you would for dry brushing. This technique is called stippling and is really good for bringing out texture in softer details. Once you are happy with the orange tones, you can then come in with a dark metal colour of your choice. Here I'm using black metal from scale 75, but you can use lead belcher from Games Workshop. With this colour I will be doing a very light dry brush and small stippling motions just to pick out some of the corners and the raised details with the metal to show bits of paint that are chipped away, giving the illusion that this material is some form of metal construction. I would advise using this colour sparingly as to not overwhelm the base with a metal texture. Next is an optional step, but what I'm going to be doing here is washing the base with a Skrag brown wash. To make this, I'm taking a little bit of Skrag brown paint from Games Workshop and adding an awful lot of water to it to make it a really runny consistency, almost to the point where the pigment is separating on the palette. With this wash, I'm then going to be using a small brush and dabbing it into the recesses and onto some flat areas. This is going to dry with a really matte finish and will do wonders for giving an aged, weathered look. Once it's dried, it should look something like this. It's quite subtle, but I really do like the effect it gives, and it's very good at dialing back any overzealous strokes you may have done with your silver paint. So, to finish this base off and give it that reclaimed by nature look, I'm going to be applying some burnt grass flocking to the base. We are going to be sticking this flock to the base with a little bit of PVA glue. Using some form of spreading tool, apply small amounts of PVA glue in the areas that you would like the flock to be. Take a pinch of flock and gently dab it onto the areas where you have applied PVA glue. Don't worry about going over, that's absolutely fine. Tap off the excess bits of flock back into the container and then give it a quick blow. It's important that you let this glue dry before you stick your model to this base. The last step here is to paint the rim of the base. I've gone for a nice neutral black tone here, but you may use any other nice dark neutral colours like a dark brown or a beige tone, depending on what you feel for your army. And with that, our Industrial City Wasteland base is now complete. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so to get updates on new tutorials just like this one. I hope this has given you lots of ideas and helped you with your modelling.